And for whatever reason, all right. So I don't know if is my sound going out. All right. So. I don't know if it's going to my camera or what. All right. Uh, what are we going here? Live chat. We got live chat going. We got the stream going. Edit maybe. Live chat. Enable show mode. No, we want to do that. Cancel that. So, anyways, I want to talk a little bit about the coronavirus and the things I saw when I was growing up. So, anyways, uh, I've been following the coronavirus probably since early-ish January, maybe even late December. I can't remember when I was kind of in on like something's going on. And I started getting really worried. I was watching Laoway 86 and Serpentines, and I'll try to remember, but I'll probably forget to put these guys in it. But Laoway 86, if you go look up his stuff, he gets a big breakdown. He knows Chinese. He goes on websites before they were all taken down, job postings and all this stuff about it going down. And so I got DoorDash coming, so I may bounce out of here real quick. She's coming down the back way. She went and picked up someone else's order, which is perfectly fine. So, anyways, so what happened is I don't have the exact timeline, so I'm not going to give you the exact timeline. If you want an exact timeline, Epoch has a really good timeline. Shout out to I gotta make sure that I'm not gonna miss my food. All right, so trying to remember this news site. So the Epic Time. So the Epic Times has like a giant timeline on what all happened from the very start to the very end. I really need to subscribe to them, put some money towards them, but right now I've got a bunch of other stuff I got to do. So, anyways, Epic Time has a big list of things. Where is this going and what's happening? But basically, back in probably late November, early December timeline, they were working on SARS-based viruses and inside of bats that were in southern China. And for those of you who don't know, a lot of the really bad diseases that have hit us throughout our time, our modern history, have come from southern China. Wow, I just saw something. We want to deal with that. That's election stuff. That's maybe another later thing. I really need a haircut, and it's really hard to get one right now in Illinois. Even in Southern Illinois, it's really hard to get one. I might just end up shaving it all off. But anyways, so right around the end of December, early November, I started being like, this is not looking great. It's not looking great. I thought it was worse than what it ended up being. So I was looking at it. I was like, this is probably. I thought it was going to be bad. And people look at 230,000 people and they think, oh my God, this is horrible. It's not horrible in the grand scheme of things, right? So we've got 10 million people dead worldwide, whatever the number is. But considering there are 7 billion people on this planet, I'm not particularly worried as us as a species. This was bound to happen. Normally what happens with most species is the weak die, the strong live. So if some disease comes ramping through their population, it doesn't devastate them completely. This is something like 0.03% fatality rate. A little bit worse than we got freezing rain coming down. I don't think it's quite. I might have to go check out. Anyways, it's not important. You have 0.03, which is like a little bit more than the flu, less than a really bad flu year. A bad flu year is like 0.08, maybe a little bit less, a little bit more, depending on how bad the flu is. But what happens is the very old, the weak, and the very young really get hit, like slammed really hard. What this seems to be doing is it's really, really slamming into the old at about a 3 to 4% rate, which is terrible. That's an epidemic level. In my brain, how I look at it, 3%, that's out of control, right? Anything above 1% is starting to get into, I'm worried that maybe this is not just culling off the weak of our species. This is starting to kill off some of the stronger members of our species. But when it's under 1%, it doesn't worry me too much. There are situations where really healthy people will get really hard hit by this, especially if perhaps they have some kind of other upper respiratory disease hitting them at the same time. Then they get liquid in the lungs, that maybe get some problems in their heart, stuff like that will happen. But for the most part, I think most of us who contract coronavirus at a 99.7% rate, we're going to get over it. Way over 90%. But if I were to tell you that if you were going to jump out of a parachute, out of this plane with a parachute, 99.7% of the time, you're going to be perfectly fine. But 0.03%, of the time, you're not going to be. What if I told you it was even less than that? It was less than a tenth of a percent, or around a tenth of a percent, that you were going to die as a healthy individual. You'd be like, that's not even a reasonable chance that's going to happen to me. It may happen to you, right? And you can't take into extra factors like a bird flying through your parachute or a meteorite striking. Shit happens. That's completely out of your control as a person. But if you're a healthy human being, even if you're a fat person like me, and if you can look at me, I'm kind of fat, right? Blue fatness. I'm a fat person. You're probably going to be all right as long as you take your vitamins and pray. No, I can't do it anymore. I used to be able to do it better, but I'm getting too old. But as long as you're reasonably taking care of yourself, you should be fine. If you're feeling like real tired, down, maybe grab yourself some vitamins. It's maybe time to take some supplemental vitamins, get your immune system cranking back up before you inevitably. She's approaching, so she's really close to my house to getting this virus. We're all going to get it. All of us, whether we get it naturally or we get it through a vaccine, we're all getting this virus. And what I'm trying to tell you guys is that stop blaming your local leaders, Trump, or whoever your local leader is. There's nothing they could do, especially if you're in the United States of America. The only thing you can do is shut down your entire system and burn what they call is a burn line, right? They just tear everything out that can burn. Like if fire's coming down this way, you burn everything that can go that way. Just take it out. The fire reaches that, it's a burn line. It burns out. Can't go any further, right? We can't do that without shutting everything down. If the United States shut everything down, if the United States shuts everything down, we are the center of the world. You may not like it, but it's the truth. We are the center of the world. If we shut everything down, everything east, everything west, everybody suffers. Tens of millions of people die. Okay, we protect the waterways, we protect shipping. Everything revolves around the United States. It is a decision we made back after World War II. We created the current order of things. Nobody has the power to take over from us. And the people that have the potential power, you don't want to take over for us as a country. I say us as a country. And let me check real quick my DoorDash lady. Come on, guys. Anyways, should be here pretty soon. I got some pancakes and some other stuff. But you don't want taking over. You don't want China taking over. You don't want Russia taking over. They're not going to be anywhere soon. China probably won't be a country in another 20 years. The United States has everything. It has an East Coast and a West Coast, and the Pacific and Atlantic. We have the biggest breadbasket in the world. And no matter what global warming does, it'll move north, it'll move south, but it'll always be the biggest breadbasket in the world. This one situation can change that, right? So if the volcano that's sitting in Yosemite Park, that blows up, everything's fucked, but you're all fucked, okay? That volcano will fuck everybody. Hundreds of millions of people will die. Probably well over 2-3 billion people will die if that happens. But we won't go into that. That's something we can't control. What we can control is the balancing act between the coronavirus. How do we deal with the coronavirus versus the effect us completely shutting down? How much can we shut down without shutting everybody else down? Without killing tens of millions of people from lack of food, from protection, because other countries are also feeding other countries, right? So you can't stop protecting the ocean. What you'll have is other countries being like, the United States is no longer protecting our interests, and that's what we do. We protect everybody's interests. Well, they're no longer protecting our interests. We got to go out and protect our own interests. And instead of trading in commodities and trading in materials and trading in food, we start trading ammo again. And that's what we used to do. And we do not want to go back to trading ammo. Not until we absolutely have to, and it's coming. Eventually, the U.S. is going to pull out of the world order. If you're not a partner of the United States, you're going to start trading in ammo. And if you start trading in ammo, you want to be real careful that you're not trading in ammo with the partners of the United States. So if you're a partner of the United States, Japan, Korea, England, the UK in general, and Ireland's basically protected because they're kind of in the buffer zone. Mexico, Canada, South America, you're screwed. Where are you getting your energy from? Russia? Look at that country. China's got no way to get energy outside of freaking coal. They'll kill their people off. There's going to be a revolution in China. Communism doesn't work. Dictatorships never last long term. You can only shove down so much before things start shoving back up like a volcano. All right. Anyways, that's the end of this. I got to go get my food. Maybe I'll say some more on this later. But peace out. And I hope that all this came through, even though it's not showing like my voice is coming through very well. End.